Hello classes, I'm by name of Kabira Frank, a student of Level 1, Department of Agronomy. Here we are Group 6. We are going to talk about humidity. It is our topic we have today. So, humidity, we have the table contents. We will do it. So first, I'm going to talk or table content on humidity. First one is definition of humidity. Second is types of humidity. Third is sources of humidity. Source of atmospheric humidity. 4 is self-assessments. And 5 is important of humidity on crop plants. 6 is terms, expressions of humidity. 7 is factors affecting humidity. 8 is effect of humidity on crop plants. And 9 is answer of self-assessments. And the last one is the conclusion and reference. Let's move on the next slide. You see we have the picture here. It is the leaves. Here it is a situation when humidity comes to leaves. You know, like in the morning, many leaves have the drops of water on the surface. It's because of humidity. I think you understand. Okay, let's forward on the next slide. I'm going to talk about the definitions of humidity. Here, you know, humidity refers to the amount of moisture or water vapor present in air, or we can define it by the measure of water content in the atmosphere. I think everybody understand the term called humidity. Let us continue on the next slides. Here we have another picture. This picture it is when humidity come on the grasses. On the grasses, you see you can get a picture like this one. So let us continue on the other slides. Here we have how air is related to humidity. Air is related to humidity because, for example, here it has the capacity to hold a certain amount of moisture to form water vapor. Or I can say that the air can related to humidity when the amount of water vapor present in the air determine the human humidity level. Such factors such as evaporation, temperature, condensation can influence water vapor content in the air, which turns affect the humidity. Okay. Also, I can adding another points about this slides, how air is related to air can related to humidity. First one, water vapor in the air. Air is a mixture of various gases, including nitrogens and oxygens and the carbon dioxides, or and even and the water vapor. The water vapor is gaseous form water that's present in the air. The number 2 is situations and the relative humidity. Air can hold a certain amount of water vapor before it becomes saturated and its amount depends on temperature of the air. So that's the addition can talks about how air is related to humidity. Even temperatures and the humidity. Warms air can hold more water vapor than cooler air. As the temperature increases, the capacity to hold water vapor also increases, So let us move on next slide. Next slide is the types of humidity. Here, humidity, you have two types of humidity. First one is relative humidity, and the second one is absolute humidity. Let us start from relative humidity and explain it. Relative humidity, it represents the amount of moisture in the air relative to maximum amount it could hold at a given temperature. Here, someone can ask you how can calculating relative humidity. Relative humidity we can calculating by dividing actual mass of water vapor present in air by the maximum amount of water vapor in the air could hold at that temperature. It is how can calculating relative humidity. Let me repeat it. We can dividing actual mass of water vapor present in air by maximum amount of water vapor the air could hold at that temperature. I think you understand. We can addition on these types of humidity. Higher relative humidity indicates that the air is holding more moisture, while lower relative humidity suggests drier air. Can you get the point? Let me repeat in order to understand it. Higher relative humidity indicate that the air holding more moisture, while lower relative humidity suggests drier airs. I think you get the points about on that type of humidity. Let us move on the next slide, which is called absolute humidity. Here, absolute humidity refers to actual amount of water vapor present in the air, typically measured in the grams of water vapor per cube meters of air, or gram of water vapor per kilogram of air. It represents the mass of water vapor independent of air temperature or pressure. I think you understand. Let us continue on the next slide, which is a specific humidity. Here, specific humidity is the actual mass of water vapor present in mixture of air and water vapor. It is actual mass of water vapor present in mixture of air and water vapor. Here it is expressed as a ratio of mass of water vapor to the total mass of moisture. This is called specific humidity. So this specific humidity is typically measured in the gram of water vapor per kilogram of air and independent of temperature and pressure. I think also you understand. So let us continue next slide, source of atmospheric humidity. Here we have evaporation and transpiration on this slide. Humidity, evaporation can be source of atmospheric humidity by when water turning into water vapor form liquid or solid form, such as lakes, rivers, and oceans, and other water bodies. Solar radiation provides the energy liquid to convert water molecules into vapors, increasing the humidity in the surrounding air. In the morning, when the sunlight comes to water bodies like oceans or rivers, so it converts water molecules into vapors. I think everybody here, understand it. So when solar radiation converts that energy, the water molecules into vapors, also it increases humidity in the surrounding air. Let us continue on transpiration. Transpiration. Here, transpiration is the loss of water in aerial part of the plants. Here can be source of atmospheric humidity by the process by which moisture is released into the air through leaves and stems of the plant. This process occurs in the stomata. Let us move on to another slides. Here we have human activities and sublimation. Here, humans' activities can be a source of atmospheric humidity by human activity can introduce additional moisture into atmosphere. Activities such as cooking, bathing, and drying randomly release the water vapor into the air, contributing to indoor humidity. For example, when someone cooking like milk or like water, like what, there's some water vapors released into the air. Yeah, I think you understand. And even sublimation is occur when water changes directly from solid ice and snows to vapors without first becoming a liquid. I think you get the points on these slides. Let us continue on another sources of atmospheric humidity. We have adventional and the weather systems and the precipitation. Here, adventional refers to the horizontal movement of air masses. Horizontal movement of air masses. When air masses from different regions with varying level of humidity mix, it can lead to change in atmospheric moisture content. Weather systems and precipitation. Weather systems such as cyclones, fronts, and thunderstorms play a role in atmospheric humidity by transporting moisture over long distance and cause localized variations in humidity. So thank you so much.
My name is Uwera Pamela, so I'm going to continue with self-assessment. I'm the member of this group. As you see, we are discussing about humidity. So here the questions we can ask ourselves about humidity. Number one is definition of humidity. Humidity is the amount of water vapor the air can hold. Number two is explain the types of humidity. Number one is Relative humidity. Relative humidity is a measure of amount of water vapor present in air compared to the maximum amount of water vapor in the air can hold at a given temperature. Number 2, we have absolute humidity. Absolute humidity is the measure of the actual amount of water vapor present in the air regardless of the temperature. So, how can evaporation and transpiration can be the source of atmospheric humidity? When the sun hits water bodies, they evaporate. So those vapors contain the water vapors, which can increase the humidity in the air, or which can increase the amount of water in the air. And also, when sunlight hits the plants, they lose water. So those so that lost water can increase the vapors in the air, or they can reduce the vapors in the air when there isn't sunshine. Number 3 is which are the following types of humidity? Types of humidity: we have absolute humidity and the relative humidity, as you have seen it above. So let me continue on the following slide. We will see these questions in the coming slides. The next slide, we have importance of humidity on crop plants. Number 1 is the transpiration. Humidity affects transpiration rates as plants tend to transpire more in drier conditions to regulate their temperature and nutrient uptake. Higher humidity reduces the rate of transpiration by creating a more saturated environment, which can be beneficial during hot and dry periods to prevent excessive water loss. I think this is understandable. As we know, plants uptake nutrients through water. When there is absence of water, the plants can't take up nutrients. So humidity, because they contain water vapors, they help plants to uptake nutrients. Number 2 is water uptake. Humidity influences the availability of water to plants. When the air is dry, moisture is more likely to evaporate from the soil, causing it to dry out more quickly. Number 3 is stomata radiation. Humidity affects the opening and closing of stomata, as high humidity can reduce the need of plants to open their stomata for gaseous exchange and water loss. Number 4 is diseases and pest control. Humidity helps to control diseases and pests. Humidity level can impact the incidence and the severity of plant diseases and pest infestations. Monitoring and controlling humidity can help prevent the spread of diseases and reduce the pest population. Number 5 is population humidity can also. Number 5 is pollination. Humidity can also affect the pollination process in crop plants. Humid conditions can influence the flight pattern and behavior. Pollinators potentially affecting the activity and the pollination process. These are terms used to express humidity. Number 1 is the relative humidity. Relative humidity is expressed as a percentage and represent the amount of moisture present in the air relative to the maximum amount it could hold at a given temperature. Number 2 is dew point. Dew point is the temperature at which the air becomes saturated, causing water vapor to condense into the liquid water. It is often expressed in degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit. Number 3 is specific humidity. Specific humidity represents the actual mass of water vapor present in a mixture of air and water vapor, expressed as a ratio of the mass of water vapor to the mass of the mixture. It is typically measured in grams of water vapor per kilogram of the air. Number 4 is mixing ratio. Mixing ratio is the ratio of the mass of water vapor to the mass of dry in the sample. The mass of dry air in the sample. Number 5, we have absolute humidity. This refers to the actual amount of water vapor present in the air, typically measured in grams of water vapor per cubic meter of air or grams of water vapor per kilogram of air. Number 6 is vapor pressure. This is the partial pressure exerted by water vapor in the air. It represents the force exerted by water molecules as they transmit from liquid to vapor phase. So, let me allow another member to continue with factors affecting humidity.
Thank you. My name is Lidwai Adeline. I'm a member of this group which worked with humidity. Let's continue with the factors affecting humidity. Number 1 is temperature. As the temperature increases, the air can hold more moisture, leading to the high humidity level. The colder temperature reduces the air capacity to hold the moisture, as result in low humidity level. The second factor is water sources. Evaporation from water bodies at atmosphere to the air, increasing humidity level in the surrounding areas. Number 3 is air masses. When the air masses from different regions from varying humidity level mix, it can lead to the change in atmospheric moisture content. For example, air moving from ocean region to the continent region may introduce high humidity to the latter. Other factors is the elevation. As altitude increases, the air becomes cooler and has reduced capacity to hold. This often leads to the lower high level at high elevation compared to the lying areas. Other factors is seasonal change. In many regions, humidity tends to be higher during the warm months due to the increased evaporation rate and more active water cycle. Cold season may have low humidity level due to the reduced evaporation rate and water cycle. The last one is weather pattern. When the weather system such as fronts, cyclones, and can influence humidity by transporting moisture over long distance. The last point, it is human activities such as irrigation, industrial process, and urbanization can introduce additional moisture to the air. For instance, large-scale agriculture or industrial operation that is involved water usage can increasing local humidity. There is effect of humidity on crop plant. First effect is diseases and fungal infection. High humidity creating favorable environment for the growth of fungal pathogens such as mildew and others. These diseases can damage or kill plants, leading to the reduced crop yield and quality. The second one is increased pest activity. Humidity can attract and promoting the reproduction of certain pests, including whiteflies and moths. This pest can cause damage to the plant by feeding on leaves and the other part of plant. Other effect is reducing photosynthesis. As we know, photosynthesis is the process by which green plants using sunlight to make their own food. When the air is saturated with moisture, it becomes difficult for plants to absorb carbon dioxide. Other effect is poor pollination. As we know, pollination is the transfer of pollen grain from stigma to anther, as high humidity can affect the activity of pollinators, such as butterflies, bees. This excess moisture in the air can make it challenging for these insects to navigate and reducing the ability to transfer pollen grain between flowers. Other effect is increased transpiration. Transpiration is the process by which plants losing water into the vapor. In high humidity, when the air is already saturated with moisture, plants transpire less, potentially leading to the waterlogging and nutrient deficiency. Others is nutrient imbalance. Excess moisture in the soil can hinder the root ability to absorb nutrient effectively, leading to the nutrient imbalance and deficient in crop. Other effect is delayed ripening. High humidity can slow down the ripening process in certain fruit and vegetable. This delay can affect the time of harvesting and reducing the quality of product. The last effect of humidity is increased weed growth. Humidity promotes the germination and growth of weed seed, which compete with crop for resources such as light, water, and nutrients. It creates favorable conditions of weed. Let's invite other group members to continue with others.
Thank you. My name is Marika Kimanimai. So I'm going to continue with another point which said that instrument used to measure humidity. So the instrument is commonly used to measure humidity is called the hygrometer. As you see in this slide, we have a picture which shows hygrometer as instrument used to measure our humidity in the environment. So another point is about answers to the self-assessment of our topics. The first question is said that definition of humidity. So humidity refers to the amount of moisture or water vapors present in the air, as shown in the first slide. As we are introducing more information about humidity. So question number 2 is said that types of humidity. We have as 3 types of humidity, which includes relative humidity, absolute humidity, and specific humidity. So let's start with relative humidity. This type of humidity, it presents the amount of moisture in the air relatively to the maximum amount it could hold at a given temperature. So another type is absolute humidity. Also, this type of humidity refers to the actual amount of water vapor present in the air, typically measured in grams of water per cubic centimeters or gram of water per kilogram of the air. The third type of humidity is specific humidity. This type of humidity refers to the actual mass of water vapors present in the mixture of air and water vapors, expressed as the ratio of the mass of water vapors to the total mass of the moistures. So this is a type of humidity. We know there are three, as we have discussed about with the previous slide in more details. So the third question was said that explain how evaporation and transpiration is the source of atmospheric humidity. So evaporation is the process by which water turning into water vapors from liquid or solid forms. For example, lakes, water, ocean, and the other water bodies, which is found on the Earth. Solar radiation provides the energy requirement to convert water molecules into vapors. Also, it increases the humidity in the surrounding areas. So, we are going to continue with transpiration. Transpiration is the process by which moisture is released into the air through leaves and steam. This process occurs in the stomata of our plants. So the fourth question was said that to choose a right type of humidity which is present among four types of humidity. The first was mixing ratio, another with dew point, another with relative humidity, and another. And among with these three, we have to choose a right, correct about type of humidity. So the answer is relative humidity. Also, question 5 was talk about the source of atmospheric humidity includes. Also, we have transpiration, evaporation, sublimation, advection, weather and precipitation, and also human activity as a source of atmospheric pressure. So, in conclusion, humidity, as you know, humidity is referred to the amount of moisture or water vapors present in the air. Also, humidity, it have many factors such as temperature, evaporation, and condensation, which favor a humidity in a given area. Also, humidity plays roles in growth and the health of plants. It affects their ability to absorb water and nutrients through roots and leaves. Proper humidities prevent issues like wilting, drying out, and fungal disease in the plant, but lower humidity can cause dryness and respiratory issues. So, as a youth, we can control and monitoring humidity due to some activities. As you know, there is many activities which is irrigation, say industrial, which can increase or decrease moisture in our environment. So we can know to monitor and control our humidity. Thanks. So another slide was there is many reference which can use to get more information about our presentation, to get more information about humidity. So we can use these many references shown in this slide in order to know and to make more information about humidity. Thanks.